So,
Right.
now, you said yourself that, with people's experiences, when you listen to the story, they're telling the truth. And so, before we came in for the cameras, you'd said you had an experience yourself. And so, could you share that experience with us?
Yeah, me and another fellow researcher by the name of Tom, had went to an area down in Texas, northeast Texas, called Paris, Texas. There's been a rash of sightings, Bigfoot sightings in that area, and that was one of the reasons we were invited to be included among a group that was down there studying. This happened a couple of years ago. We went down and we had a site set up where we had base camp, and then we were going out into the woods where a lot of these sightings had occurred and doing some studies. It wasn't until the very last night that we were there. Me and Tom stayed in this. We have a 2-room tent, and I was sleeping in the front part of the tent. Tom was sleeping in the back part of the tent. I'm the type, I don't like air mattresses, so I typically sleep on a cot. He likes the air mattress, so he was back asleep on that. Well, sometime during the middle of the night, we were needing to get up early in the morning to head back to Virginia. So we kind of turned in a little earlier than normal. We were laying there. Tom remembers being woken up by some kind of large animal moving towards the tent. He could hear it walking, but it was only taking 2 steps at a time, and he could feel it. He claims he felt it. It was a full moon that night. He saw a silhouette of something standing over the tent, and something grabbed the tent poles and just violently started shaking the tent. Now this whole time I'm up in my cot sleeping like a baby. He was scared to death, because there was something large right beside of him outside the tent. He knew that if he moved, that his air mattress would make noise, so he was scared to even say anything. What he heard next is what was really interesting. Everyone in this field knows that I'm a loud snorer. And I was snoring pretty loudly. And he said that everything got quiet. And as I was snoring, whatever was outside mimicked it perfectly.
Really?
And he said that went on for quite some time.
Oh my!
Now that was his recollection, okay, of what had happened. Now, me, when I was sleeping there, I was laying kind of on my right side, and sometime during the night, something had actually put its hand into the fabric of the tent. My knee was kind of laying on the tent, and something grabbed me right above my right knee, and it was a hand, a large hand. I woke up, I tried to grab the limb of what had a hold of me, and I couldn't get one hand around the limb.
Wow.
So I reached up and grabbed it and tried to pull it off. I couldn't pull it off. I did the only thing I could think to do, and I balled up my fist and I hit it, and it let go. I immediately fell back to sleep. So when I woke up, I heard Tom kind of making some motion in the back of the room. And I said, Tom, well, I got to tell you what kind of nightmare I had last night. He says, well, before you tell me that, I need to tell you something. So he told me everything we just talked about. At that point, I realized that what had happened wasn't a dream. As I stood up to get my pants on, I noticed a pain in my leg. I pulled up, I had shorts on, I pulled it up, and I had a large red handprint on my leg, right above my knee. At that point, I got the chills up my back, the back of my neck, and me and him didn't talk about it for the next 3 hours.
Wow.
So,
Did you get a picture of it?
No, I wish. Oh. I went outside. I unzipped the tent as soon as we had got done talking. I unzipped the tent, and I had to prove to myself that something had occurred. So I went out and just walked around looking for anything, footprints, anything, and I never found a thing.
And so now this hand being so big, I mean, did it kind of almost go all the way around your leg, or?
About half the leg, the front of my leg.
Makes you wish you had that camera to take a picture.
Well, I wish I would have realized I wasn't dreaming and would have woke up and just, gotten out there and seen what was going on. Of course, it had been totally dark, but
Well, still, get a good flash on. You never
right,
know.
that's right.
Might find something.
That's right.
Now, if folks do find themselves with an experience or they're just not 100% sure, you said there's a hotline number to call.
Yes. Yeah, there is. I don't know the number by heart,
that's
but
all
the
right.
best way for them to find it is to go to www.sasquatchwatch.net.
Okay.
And they'll see the phone numbers and everything else that they need information-wise.
Okay. And then if anybody wanted to know, are there any like Sasquatch events that would occur, like, you know, like this weekend we're going to go ahead and look for them? Are there anything like that? Or?
We do, you know, several different little outings. You know, we try to get out as a group at least, you know, 3 or 4 times a year. But most of the time what happens is a couple of us will get together and go out on weekends or weekend nights and do our thing. But, you know, there's also a lot of, people don't know, but there's Bigfoot conferences that go on all over the United States. One of them that's closest to us occurs up in the state of Ohio, and it's put on by the Eastern Ohio Investigation Group. And that occurs up in Salt Fork State Park in Ohio, and it typically happens every May. And they have people that come from all over the world sometimes come to speak at those conferences, and you can really learn and see some really cool stuff.
Well, Billy, it's been great to talk about Sasquatches with you. Certainly, I learned a lot more than I expected
Thanks.
to find out about the creatures. But as a small token of thanks from us, we'd like to go ahead and present you this little book,
thanks.
Alexandria, 1861-65.
Oh, great.
It doesn't talk about Sasquatches, but it does certainly show some pretty big hairy guys in there too. So you never know. You might find something in there. But
You never know.
But you know, Sasquatches are an interesting creature to be found. And so if you want to learn more about them, please visit our website at www.timetravel21.com. or email us at timetravel21@yahoo.com. This has been Virginia Time Travel, your portal to the Commonwealth's past, present, and future. And we hope that, be it regular, fact, fiction, strange, or true, one way or another, you come back in time with us once again.